I must confess that I'm looking nerd fresh. Minty clean like Chris. Sidewalks light up when I step. Batman symbol on my chest. Bruce Wayne fly fresh. So fresh. I'm fresh. Nerd fresh.
Welcome back, watchers of YouTube, to another segment. We are Street Nerds. I am your host, Stretch. I am joined by Casino and
Casanova.
and this is Do You Even Want to See It?
Do you even want to see it?
Do you even want to see it?
You want to see it?
Does he want to see it?
We'll find out.
And for this segment, we're going to start those words that I think brings fear in all moviegoers' hearts when you say the word video game movie. So with that segment, we're going to kick off the newest installment of the video game movies, Sonic. So, I'm going to go ahead and start it off with Kaz over here. Kaz, do you even want to see it?
Man.
First off, were you a fan of the game growing up?
I mean, I didn't have Sega.
Okay.
My homeboy did. So when I go to his house, we played over there, you know what I mean? It was a fun game. I liked it. You know what I'm saying? It was cool for its time. I liked the cartoon when I was a kid. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that trailer, bro. And I thank God for the internet, because they went in. They went in like they always do.
Oh yeah.
The best one was the blue monkey boy scene from Jumanji. Dude, I died. Came back and died again.
This was a very meme-worthy trailer.
Oh man. So yeah, and then to see that though, it was just like, why? We talked about it earlier. Have the video game in the video game world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Why do you have to bring it to the real world?
Yeah. Why do we have to have it in this real world? And now he's like the Pikachu movie where he's just CGI'd in, and it's just like, nah. And just do the whole movie like
CGI'd in.
So at this point, yeah, I don't know about it. And then the latest, it was supposed to be a leaked art, but it was really just somebody messing around, and they were like, just cancel the movie. That was, I was done after that. I was like, man. So thumbs down.
Oof. Okay.
So Kaz don't want to see it.
Kaz does not want to see it. Casino, do you concur?
So to start off, I had a Sega Genesis.
Okay.
All right. See, my grandmother was the queen of knockoff. Right.
Okay.
She was the queen of cheap, or oh my goodness, queen of frugal. Frugal.
Yeah, please don't say words like that when I'm sitting this close to you.
So, Granny was frugal. I remember I begged her to buy me a Nintendo, right? Because I wanted to play Mario. Please,
You didn't.
buy me a Nintendo. Buy me a Nintendo. My grandma did all of her shopping at the PX. For all my Army brats out there, y'all know what that is.
Yep.
She did all the shopping at the PX. So I remember she came home one day, and it wasn't even the Sega Genesis. It was that first Sega. I don't remember what it was called.
Oh, okay.
System 1 or
Something like
whatever.
that. Wasn't as slick.
Yeah, but she bought me that because it was like $40 or $50 cheaper than the Nintendo.
Gotcha.
And that's how I became a Sega fan. That's how I got into Sega.
Okay.
So I had the original Sega, and then when the Sega Genesis came out, my mom was like, "Oh, well, look, there's a new Sega. I'm gonna get you that." So I ended up being one of the first people to get a Sega Genesis. I didn't have a Nintendo till the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, my friend ended up getting the Sega CD and all that.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, now I never had that, but I did.
And then they go to Dreambox years later.
They eventually went to Dreamcast.
Dreamcast.
Right.
Dreambox.
Yeah.
Dreamcast actually ended up tanking their console.
Yep.
Got it.
Which was a good system, which in my opinion.
It was a good system. I think it was ahead of its time. Like it actually
Yeah.
had a modem hookup to
Man,
it.
yeah, it had
internal
Ethernet ports,
storage.
a lot of stuff.
It's almost like if it had come out with the Xbox and the PlayStation 1, it would have been one of the contenders for the console wars. We would be arguing about
the first CD-ROM system to have 4 ports for controllers. The Nintendo 64 did it, but they did cartridges.
3 or 4 years ahead of its time.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
that's what it was.
Absolutely.
They just came out 3 or 4 years ahead of its time.
Yeah. So we digress.
Sorry.
No. All good. But the point of that is, so when Sonic came out, that was a huge thing for me.
Right.
Because I remember, at that point, when you're kids, I think you get more into brand identity than you do as an adult.
Sure.
So I was Sega all the way, right?
Right.
It was like I didn't have a Nintendo, never had one at that point, so I loved Sega. So I was so into Sonic when it first came out because I was like our Mario.
Yeah.
And it was an awesome game. I knew, man, to this day you could play that music, and I'm like, man, the water level, man, the casino level. I know, like I can remember that stuff.
Green Acres level.
Man, So Sonic was huge. I loved Sonic. I loved all of the games through the first 3. I knew about Knuckles, Shadow, the evil version of Sonic, you name it. Right? So I was really into that. Now I fell out with Sonic.
Tails was on there too, right?
Tails was. He was from Sonic 2.
Sonic 2, yeah.
But
that was the one that flew.
Yeah.
But over the years, the Sonic games got worse and worse and worse. The comic books, I don't know if y'all remember, they had comic books. The comic books started off pretty good and then started tapering off. A lot of that first cartoon series you probably are talking about that you watch were based on the comic books.
Yeah.
Okay.
With all the animals and...
But over the years, it just got worse and worse and worse. So my whole thing, why I don't want to see it is this is a intellectual property that hasn't produced anything good in like a decade or more.
So you're saying this is kind of like the final nail?
Yeah. Well, why? Why? Like what the? Why? I know none of the executives at whatever company is making this damn movie is gonna. Why? Thank you. They're not looking at this. But if one of you just stumbles across it, or somebody stumbles across it and knows one, why? Why Sonic? Why?
Yeah.
When was it good? When's the last good Sonic property? Please tell me. Somebody in the comments, type down there and look up, because I know you're going to do it anyway. So put down in the comments to either educate me, belittle me, or prove me right. When was the last Sonic property that came out that actually had a critical impact and was good?
The man is passionate about this.
Because it sucks. Sonic sucks.
You let him down.
I even have a video, one of my songs, where I argue about the merit of Sonic. I wish I could go back and delete that portion of the video. Because Sonic sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Please just delete the movie, delete the footage. Why did Jim Carrey sign up for this? Why did he sign up for this? You were rebuilding your career with the show on Showtime where you're the crazy version of Mr. Rogers. Y'all should watch that. It's a pretty good show. I forgot the name of it. But why are you in this? Why did y'all make this? The cameraman, why did y'all shoot this? The CGI people, why did you could have just made another video game. Make something different. Why? Why are we doing this?
And we won't accept that you were just following orders.
Yeah, so.
All right,
No,
so that's a no.
I don't want to see it.
Casino.
No. Don't want to see it. Shoot it. Shoot it. Put it in the coffin. Throw it off the Atlantic. Throw it off the boat. Bury it in the Atlantic. Get the vibe.
Dang.
That's horrible. I don't want to see it.
Wow.
When it hits Netflix, I don't want to see it. When it hits Hulu, I will not see it.
He's gonna cancel his subscription.
I will not.
I will not. He's gonna be like Netflix. Why are you carrying this? Cancel.
Delete.
Oh, man.
All right. So, a little bit of my video game history. Through very caring and I mean loving. I'll just call it what it is. Aunt and uncles who had more money than they knew what to do with,
God bless
and got bored with the toys they bought. I actually managed to have both systems, a Nintendo and a Sega. And I actually had up to Sega Genesis. It's not, no. Let me just dispel this right there. The aunt got a Nintendo, got bored with it, and sent it home with me for one summer.
Man, that's cool that you have aunts and uncles that even like video games back then.
My uncle, he got a
Genesis. Like, what? Nintendo?
So I actually had both. And I liked Mario.
Yeah.
I liked Sonic. If I had to pick, it was whichever one had the better Star Wars game at the time, which I think might have been Nintendo.
Yeah.
So I think I was a Nintendo fan
Makes sense.
more than anything else.
They had the first really good Star Wars. Well, Super Nintendo, you had
Super Star Wars,
Super
all
Wars,
that stuff.
and you had Super
So I do not consider myself a gamer. I have a very narrow view of what I like in games, but I love Sonic. Sonic was a lot of fun. I think I played up to 3.
Okay.
For the original Genesis, and then I played some of the pinball ones.
Sure.
I think I watched the cartoon a couple times. I might have picked up 1 or 2 of the comics. All of this to say is, I have no real strong feelings about Sonic one way or the other. It was a fun video game when I was 12 to 13 years old.
Yeah. It was kind of just passing.
And yeah, that was it. I don't have anything against Sonic. Like, I don't think he's horrible or dumb or stupid. I think in his world, in his environment, I think it's a perfectly passable and serviceable video game. It was a lot of fun, brought me hours of entertainment. Why I'm not gonna see this movie is because all video game movies, with the exception of a handful, take their franchises out of the world. I'm gonna go and harp on about that because, especially for Sonic, in a world where you can do the Lego movie and the Emoji movie and have it make money in their world, keep it in their world. There's no who is this? Is that Zac Efron or who's the pretty guy who he teams up with, the human or whatever in the movie? See, nobody knows because nobody cares. Anyway, whoever the human person is that he teams up with, why? Why is he human? Why not put him in the world? Put him in the little anthropomorphic animals. Find out that Robotnik's taking these animals and shoving them into robots and making them do his evil bidding, and have Sonic come in there and kick ass and take names.
That would have at least been more visually interesting if they'd have had it where Dr. Robotnik somehow figures out to get into their dimension.
I'm not saying it's going to be high art, and I'm not saying it's going to be like, the next Wizard of Oz or something like that.
Nor should it.
But slap a PG-13.
Sonic.
He smokes, he drinks, he says one bad word. Slap a PG on there, pump out some merchandise, and be done with it. But stop bringing him into our world. And he
almost sold me on PG-13 Sonic.
A swearing Sonic. It's like if people
gotta go effing
Well, yes, we'd all go see the PG-13 to R-rated Sonic. But
that's great.
And the design was horrible. Like he looked beyond cartoonish. It's like we're gonna make him cartoony, but real life also. Like no. So it's a no, and the reason it's a no is because video game movies on a whole aren't great. 1 or 2 exceptions. Mortal Kombat.
We'll have to discuss that.
Yeah.
In another one.
For mine, it's Mortal Kombat and World of Warcraft.
I like the first Mortal Kombat. The second one was straight trash.
Oh, the second one was garbage.
And then just Super Mario Brothers was cool as a kid, and then when you see it now, it's like it's horrible.
No, yeah.
So video game movies.
We shall never speak of that.
So anyway, this has been Street Nerds. This has been Do You Even Want to See It for Sonic?
No.
Across the board, it is a no.
I wish I had 2 extra hands.
He's gonna go Goro in here. No.
So even after they redo it, are you gonna want to see it?
Do you want to see it? Let us know in the comments.
If you do, why? Why? Stop doing drugs.
And don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. I have been Stretch.
Casino.
Casanova, baby.
And we have been Street Nerds.
Peace.
I'm fresh, nerd fresh, so fresh. No matter how I dress, it's me I must impress. So then I must confess that I'm looking nerd fresh.